So I was laying on my bed one day with a can of Baja Blast on one side of me and my wallet on the other. Many thoughts were going through my head, and then I decided, why not I do a review on the new Thomas Wooden Railway that was coming out. But sadly, I didn't have any money. But I looked over to my set table, and there it was, the new 2022 Wooden Railway Gordon. And boy was I ecstatic. So I jumped off my bed, ran over to my seat, and said, "Hello everyone, Sponge11 here, back again for another video, and today we are going to be taking a look at the new 2022 Wooden Railway Gordon. So, before we even actually, get into reviewing the new 2022 Wooden Railway Gordon, I think we need a little brief history of the whole history of Wooden Railway in general. So grab yourself a Baja Blast or 5, and let's get into this. Wooden Railway was first created in 1992 by the man, the myth, the legend himself, Roy Wilson, and a company that would help produce these wooden models, Learning Curve, who held the rights to the Wooden Railway range for a couple of years at this point, until the year of 2011, where it was acquired by Tomy in 2012 and officially purchased by Mattel in 2013. Wooden Railway has definitely been through many changes and phases throughout the couple of decades that it's been around. The models looked very simplistic, and then around 2013 through 2016, the models became really detailed. But however, with that still simplistic charm to them. The older faces look a bit more classic, while the newer ones are meant to represent their CGI counterpart. 2017 was a weird time for Wooden Railway. The faces on the models were pretty small, and then it was in 2018 the range became really downgraded. All the models were unpainted, the tender engines were shortened down. It was a bad time for this range. Luckily, the next year after, in 2019, they fixed the mistakes and recolored everything, but even still, the range still didn't look as good. From 2019 to 2021, the range pretty much stayed consistent, but however, it wasn't until in 2021 where Mattel said that Thomas Wood was being cancelled. Personally, in my opinion, I thought that being said, the Wooden Railway range was officially dead, as a whole at least. But little did I know that I was wrong. When we first saw these new Wooden Railway models, I'm pretty sure a lot of us thought these were prototypes. But it wasn't until a few months later where the new Wooden Railway was finally put on shelves, and many people bought this new Wooden Railway toys, and who am I kidding? Not even Wooden Railway users who've been collecting this stuff, but also Tomy Trackmaster users and modelers, pretty much anyone in the fandom is collecting the stuff, and I can't blame them because it looks pretty good. Now, as you can see, we're taking a look at Gordon. In my opinion, he looks one of the best, so let's take a look at the packaging first. One of the interesting features about the packaging is that you can see the Wooden Railway item, but until you slide them out. This is very great because if you want to display these, you can keep them in the box, then pull them out whenever you want to. The engine is nicely displayed at the front of the box, and if you look at the far left corner on this side and at the top, they brought the old name back, Thomas and Friends Wooden Railway, another great addition. At this point, it really does feel like Thomas Wood was just a thing of the past. It does take a little bit to get Gordon out of the box, and you have to be careful when actually getting him out, but in the end, it's all worth it. Now, how do I say this? Gordon looks obese in this range. Also, I can't forget to mention that the new Wooden Railway line also includes pamphlets, kind of like how the old Wooden Railway used to do, because the Thomas Wood range never had pamphlets, so it's nice to see these back, especially with the new wave of the new Wooden Railway. Pulling up my Mattel Gordon, you can obviously see that this Gordon is far superior in length, but of course it does have its flaws here and there. Some great things I'll say about this Gordon is that the dome looks nice. I love all the detail. They actually brought back the wooden bogies. He almost has the correct number of wheels. He has the plastic black coal again in the tender. He has more wheels, and if you look at the cab, you can see a bit of lighting, signifying that it's supposed to be Gordon's fire inside his cab. Now, something I do find interesting is the different change of wheels. To be honest, I do prefer the old wooden railway wheels, but I will say these are quite interesting. They've also painted the buffer beams on, and the side rod details too along here, and adding wheel arches as well. But honestly, the most interesting thing about this model itself is the face. At first, the face didn't grow on me, but over time, it actually doesn't look too bad. It actually kind of reminds me of the Oh the Indignity face that the Trackmaster Gordon is making, and personally, those are the vibes I pretty much get off of this face. Even though I still prefer the 2012 through 2016 Gordon face, I like to buy another Gordon so I can replace the face with a Mattel one, but that's a project for another day, and plus I need to get a different Gordon face, so, you know, this one's all scratched up, so I think it's best that I dispose of it now. Pretty much to cap off this review, I will say this is definitely an upgrade from the old, wood Gordon, but of course, comparing it with the Mattel version of Gordon, it's hard to actually choose, because I think I love them both for different reasons, and personally, that's okay, really. While I probably won't be using this Gordon much in my videos, it's just nice to know that I do own a bit of the new wooden railway merch, and that's personally good enough for me. I will say, this style of wooden railway has a lot to be desired, and not to mention, it's just so interesting to see detailed characters like this, especially since I've detailed a bunch of my characters, if you haven't noticed, but there's so many possibilities for characters to be made in this range. I mean, I really hope they make characters like Diesel 10, Spencer, and heck, since they made Kevin, they have to make Victor. I mean, I really hope we get at least one narrow gauge engine in this new line to see how it would look. Maybe it wouldn't be proportionate, but, personally, it'd be something extraordinary to see, nonetheless. Now, you lot may be wondering, Useful, are you going to do more reviews on this new 2022 wooden railway in this, style of format? Well, yeah, because I want to change up my review style a little bit. But as for reviewing more of these, new 2022 wood engines, or wood railway engines, excuse me, well, I would be lying if I said I may have another one in the works. Yeah, my next review's on Hiro, so stay tuned for that. Anyways, guys, hopefully you all enjoyed this new style of editing, and hopefully I can do it with more videos in the future. Without further ado, Useful Engine 11, signing out, and take care, everyone.